Stantec, meron akong medyo hindi magandang experience doon. Isa sa mga reasons kaya ako umalis. Matapos kong ma-interview, sabi nila, we will contact you. Utusan. Ganon. Sabi, yun pa lang iniisip niya sa akin, utusan. Hello everyone! It's nice to see you guys again. And this is part 2 of our series talking about the jobs I had here in Canada. And this time, it's the architecture edition. I am so excited to share my experience with you. And stay tuned.
Welcome to our Canada Life Vlogs.
Na-curious ka ba?
Subscribe and I'll show you around.
Nag-busy ako kanina, so I decided to take you in the beach instead. It's already afternoon dito after office hours. So I have a cheat sheet here. After trail building supplies, I was hired as an architectural technologist sa HIP Architects. And I've told you guys before na I'm supposed to be looking for a job as an architectural designer. Very thankful sa HIP Architects kasi sila yung pinakaunang architectural firm na nag-take risk at hire ako. And biro mo, from structural yung experience ko, tapos biglang nag-a-apply ako ng architectural, pumayag sila. I guess it's because I've shown them that I really want to do it, and I have proven that during the interview. First mistake ko, noong nag-a-apply ako, I applied as an architectural technologist. Dapat I should have applied for architectural designer, but it's okay. It just, you know what? It gave me the experience that I need now as a project manager. Nandoon ako, I worked on high-rise buildings and natuto akong mag-Revit noon. It was very hot then. Hindi pa masyadong maraming companies ang gumagamit ng Revit. Usually sila ay mga CAD, pero they gave me a booklet, sabi nila, here you go, learn it. And I did. I failed in the first few months, pero may nagturo naman sa akin, and I got used to it. And hindi ko later on, I was thankful because I got hired on companies to work for them dahil sa Revit skill na yon. Ang mga projects na ginagawa ko noon ay mga car dealerships, mga commercial buildings and high-rise residentials. As I've said, I was a tech. And then after that, I realized, you know what, why can't I be an architect? So nagtatanong-tanong ako sa mga tao doon na, what can I do? How did you become an architect? What are the steps that I can do? And then mula doon, I started putting some notes together kung ano yung mga steps na pwede kong gawin. Nung panahon na yon na sinabi kong I would like to be an architect, a registered architect, ang sabi ng ibang mga kapwa Pinoy natin, sabi nila, ay napakahirap niyan, ako hindi ko na ginawa kasi ganito, kasi ganyan. Buti na lang hindi ako nakinig sa kanila kasi otherwise, I wouldn't have known, and sana hindi ako registered ngayon, and sana hindi ko maipagmamalaki na I did it. Few years na realize ko, hindi ko nakukuha lahat ng experience na kailangan ko to become a registered architect. Kasi para maging registered architect ka dito, dahil hindi ako registered sa Pilipinas, you need a certain amount of experience on different kinds or different topics sa architecture. Dapat may experience ka sa design, meron ka rin dapat sa technology, and many other things. And that prompted me to apply to other companies. And I got hired at, back then, it was called co-host FME. And now, ang pangalan nila is Dialogue. So, guys, you can take note of the companies that I work for here in Canada para kapag nagpunta kayo dito, if you want to start applying at companies, you know a few that you can apply at. So, co-host FME, now called Dialogue, ay may opisina sila sa Edmonton. And they hired me mainly dahil marunong akong mag-Revit. Dahil at the same time, napilitan akong matutunan yon doon sa HIP Architects. See, things happen for a reason. Ika nga. So, I got an interview there. They hired me for that. And then, after 3 years, napansin ko, hindi ko pa rin nakukuha yung mga experience na kailangan ko. So, I moved on again. Oh, by the way, ang mga projects ko doon, they're very exciting. Kasi, I got to work on the Rogers Arena sa Edmonton. I was a tech, but still, I was a part of the team. And then, I got to work on a museum. Yung I think it's called Royal Alberta Museum. It was a very nice museum complex. Ang architect noon ay si Donna Claire. She is great, absolutely great. Kumbaga yung move ko sa dialogue ay nagpaganda ng aking resume dahil yun nga, prestigious ang mga projects nila doon and I got to be a part of it just because of software that I know and they trusted me. So, but still my focus is to become a registered architect. Naghanap na naman ng ate ninyo ng trabaho. Para makuha, I was so focused, I was laser focused, I want something. And I was kind at the same time, I was very hardworking too. Kaya each time na mag-move ako, they don't regret hiring me. After dialogue, I applied at IBI. IBI is mainly a engineering company, and they have a small architectural firm in a different department. So I applied there. The thing is, I think it's too small for me to learn other things, but I got a ton of design hours here. I was able to help design a student housing, and also they have a lot of small commercial buildings too. And then I met a lot of friends. Although I didn't stay very long sa opisinang ito, I must say, the only reason why I moved is because not every office is for everyone, and you should be able to move kung napansin mo na you're not growing anymore. And that's what just happened to me. I wasn't growing anymore. They weren't getting any projects. So I decided to apply to Stantec. And you know what? I just don't apply to one company. I applied to many, and Stantec just happened to call me. Stantec, I want to work for kasi yung husband ko, he works there at a different department. They have a huge building. They have many companies that they have purchased or acquired. And I thought, you know what? Why can't I work here? Like, maybe I'll try. I tried before naman, but I never got hired because maybe I just don't know what to apply for. And I just kind of apply for anything that comes up. And this time, I got interviewed by the two of the kindest people that I have met in the architecture world. And they hired me, although I didn't get an increase kasi wala silang masyadong budget. And although, you know what, thinking back, I should have negotiated. Yun ang guys, yun ang weakness ko. I don't know how to negotiate, and you should learn how to negotiate. Don't work for less. Kahit na sabihin mong gustong-gusto mo lang umalis sa isang company, make sure you are getting compensated for the move that you are making. Don't tell them na, I'm just moving because the other company is toxic. No, don't do that. You know what? Just make them feel na you're moving because you want growth and that you have things to offer on the table and that you will be a great part of their team. Yan, yun ang maipapayo ko sa inyo. Nag-iba ang ating view dahil nilamig ako kahapon. Continuing on, nag-apply ako sa Stantec, and I worked on mainly commercial buildings dito. And the biggest project I had or was a part of ay yung Stantec Tower. That is a nice, I think that would easily be the tallest tower in Edmonton at that time. Ewan ko kung at this time yun pa rin. Pero there was a group of us interns working on that project, and then yung main architect namin noon ay nasa Vancouver. Tapos, and then, I realized I was putting so much hours doon sa trabahong yun. Minsan, umuwi ako ng mga 7 p.m. na. Tapos, there were nights na minsan din na rin ako makatulog dahil masyadong yan mo yung pagod na pagod ka, tapos sa gabi, hindi ka makatulog dahil yung utak mo gumagana pa rin. Feeling mo nagtatrabaho ka pa rin. Tapos, naisip ko, you know what, this is not gonna work for me. This is too much. And that I wasn't getting any younger either. Naisip ko, siguro I should look for work na hindi na kailangang magtrabaho ng overtime, ng mahahabang oras. So, sa kaka-research ko, I found out about project managers. So, ibig sabihin, project manager, you will be working during construction. At a little bit kapag contract documentations. Ang iniisip ko pa is parang napakahirap din na nagtatrabaho ka sa mga private firms kasi kapag ganon, you're parang umaasa ka sa budget ng iyong client. So naisip ko rin at that time, okay, maybe I should be a project manager for the client. feeling ko that will solve my problem at that time. And it did. So I talked to many people again. I asked questions. I have asked current project managers at Stantec, and I also know someone from Dialogue. At this time, nagkakaroon na ako ng mga connections. So I started talking to them, my previous architect. Sabi nila, I can get comfortable at baka hindi ko na raw gustuhin bumalik sa architectural firms if I do that. But you know what? I have no issues with that. So, I started applying everywhere. Ang target ko noon, to be a project manager at magtrabaho sa gobyerno. Meaning, nasa owner side na ako, hindi na limited ang mga budget. And that just means I get to hire other architects and other firms to work on my projects, and I get to handle the budget. And it will be, meaning I will be at a better position later on. Sadly, I did not get hired right away sa gobyerno, but Kasian Architecture did hire me as a project manager. Tingin ko naman doon, nagkaroon ako ng experience sa mga hospitals and again, commercial. Ang downside lang doon, although project manager ang aking pinasok, hindi nila ako pinagtrabaho as a project manager. They hired me as that is my title, pero nagdi-design ako, which defeats the purpose kasi natutulog pa rin ako ng late sa gabi at nalilate pa rin ako ng uwi from work. Kasian Architecture is a medium-sized company. They're a great company. Yung main nila is nasa Calgary. They have a smaller group sa Edmonton. Yung boss ko nun, he came from Dubai. I think he's very nice to me too. And so is everyone else. Pero again, it's not fulfilling my focus to work as a project manager. Pero ang maganda naman dito, he signed all of my documentations para makapag-test or makapag-exam ako to become a registered architect. Nakalimutan ko palang ikwento sa inyo. Doon sa Stantec, meron akong medyo hindi magandang experience doon. Isa sa mga reasons kaya ako umalis. Tawagin natin siyang Lolo Architect. Itong si Lolo Architect, siya yung isa sa mga partners. At noong gusto kong mag-register, binigay ko sa kanya yung mga papers ko para i-sign niya dahil siya naman yung aking mentor noon. Tapos, ang sabi niya sa akin, hindi raw niya isa-sign ang aking papers dahil sa tingin niya hindi pa raw ako ready maging architect. Sabi ko naman, paano niya masasabi yon? That's not nice. I know, it hurts nung sinabi niya yon. I was really upset. Tapos, sabi ko, I think he's wrong. I think I'm ready. Sabi niya, it's not that it's your fault, pero hindi ko pa naibibigay sa'yo yung experience na kailangan mo. So, inisip ko, kung alam pala niyang hindi pa niya naibibigay, pati niya binibigay. Pero I have a strong feeling na ready na ako noon. And something is just stopping him na pirmahan yun dahil feeling ko gusto pa rin niya akong maging intern at maging designer niya dahil hindi siya malakas sa design. He needs someone to do that for him. He's a great project manager. At yun ang focus niya is during construction. So nagpursige ako hanggang sa na-hire nga ako sa Kasian. Ang Kasian naman ang nagbigay sa akin ng break. Nung pag-alis ko doon, nalaman ko na sabi ni Lolo Architect na doon sa friend ko, ang dami kong naging friends doon, guys. Merong Croatian, merong Scottish, merong taga Nova Scotia. I miss all of them, but I had to go. Ang sabi nila sa akin, sabi daw nitong si Lolo Architect, ay nako, nabawasan ako ng isang laki. I need a new lackey, sabi niya. So ngayon, I didn't know what it meant. Ang ibig palang sabihin nun, minion, utusan, ganun. Sabi, yun palang iniisip niya sa akin, utusan. Ang lolong yun, nakakainis. Ay, basic talaga siya. Tandaan nyo si Lolo Architect, may kwento pa ako para sa kanya later on kapag napunta ako sa Edmonton Catholic Schools. Anyway, tinawag niya akong ganun. Yun palang tingin niya sa akin, kaya ayaw niyang isign ang aking mga documents. Dahil ang tingin niya sa akin, utusan, at kapag naging architect ako, hindi na niya ako pwedeng utusan. Ay nako, kaloka, ang daming drama. Anyway, so mabalik tayo sa Kasian. So sinayin nga ni boss ang aking mga documents sa Kasian. And maliban doon, nagkaroon din ako na experience sa mga hospitals, right? Like I mentioned before. But my focus is maging project manager. Although, dito ako naging successful na mag-register dahil sinayin nga yung documents ko, I still want to be a project manager. And they know that. And they know that's what I came there for. It wasn't given to me, so I had to go. And nag-apply nga ako sa many companies again. And guess what? Someone from Edmonton Catholic Schools contacted me saying that they are interested in hiring me. At ang maganda pa doon, semi-government. Close enough. I was so excited. Oh my gosh, I was. Pero naman, kahit sandali lang ang stay ko doon sa Casian, napaka-exciting din ng ibang projects na napuntahan ko. Dahil yung lugar na yon, ang Casian, ang nag-send sa akin sa Winnipeg para mabisita ko yung Stony Mountain Penitentiary. Although hindi ganon ka-exciting na sabihin mong, oh my God, you went to a penitentiary. Yes, it's a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Hindi lahat ng tao nakakapasok doon. Excuse me. Kailangan mong makakommit ng crime para makapasok doon. And I went through so many levels of security para tanggapin nila ako doon sa facility na yon. And I was there to do some study para sa kanilang mga parking stalls dahil Stony Mountain, nasa taas siya ng parang hill. Nasa taas siya ng hill, and dahil malamig sa Winnipeg, napakalakas ng hangin, nilalamig ang mga tao sa parking lot bago sila umabot dun sa kanilang building, and they want some solution. Kaya doon ako napunta. I will have a different story about my experience in that building if you want me to talk about that. Stony Mountain story, let me know if you want a chat about that one. It is a different experience. From weapons to blood. Oh, very exciting. Anyway, okay, so back on track. So, hinire nga ako sa Edmonton Catholic Schools. Hindi naman nila ako hinire right away. I had to contact them in between to remind them that I am waiting. Isa pang trick para sa inyo, payong kaibigan, kapag hindi nagre-respond ang iyong prospect at gustong-gusto mo ang posisyon, you can call them or send them an email. Ang excuse mo ay sasabihin mo lang na I am contacting you regarding the position that I applied for. I am currently weighing my options due to some offers that I have received from multiple offices. Kahit wala kang offer, sabihin mo yun. Dahil kung ayaw naman nila sa iyo, so what? Edi wow. Ayaw nila sa'yo, hindi para sa'yo. Hindi na nila malalaman na nagsinungaling ka. Wala namang masama doon. I said that, exactly what I did. And you know what? It paid off. Ang lola mong makulit, nakakuha ng response. Sabi ni boss, why don't you come on this date para for an interview? Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Sorry kung religious kayo, I keep saying, oh my God, I shouldn't say. I was invited for an interview, and I went, and when I went there, I was confident. You can never be too confident though. Pero alam ko, I always do well in one-on-one interviews. So when I went there, I was excited, I was myself. Nung pagpasok ko dun sa interview, I tested the waters. Parang tinignan ko kung serious ba silang kausap or kung pwede ba silang mag-joke, ganon. I think I said a joke. I cracked a joke and they both laughed. And I said, oh, you know what? I can be myself here. I can be myself and they will respond. And I was right. Matapos kong ma-interview, sabi nila, we will contact you for a second interview, if any. So, they left me hanging. I wasn't, they didn't say yes, they didn't say no either. And so, sabi nila, tinanong ko naman, how long should I wait? Kasi, syempre, you need to know too kung kailan sila magdidesisyon. And that's your right. And sabi niya, give us 2 weeks. And after 2 weeks, wala pa rin. And so, what I did, ang ginawa ng lola niyong makulit ay na nag-email ako. Sabi ko, hi, how's it going? I'm just following up with regards to our meeting 2 weeks ago, and if you are interested in inviting me again for a second interview. I was bold like that, and I think they liked that. I said that because it shows that I'm a go-getter. And it gives them hope na sana hindi ako mahiyain and I can perform the role of a project manager. And nag-respond siya agad. Sabi niya, I'm sorry it took very long. Please come over on this date. Or sabi niya, are you free sa ganitong date? And I said yes, obviously. I was ready for our second interview. At pagdating ko doon, bumulaga sa akin is HR with her notebook. She just went over things like benefits and all that, salary. I was shocked. Akala ko interview na ko ulit. Hindi ko alam na kakausapin na pala ako about possibly hiring me. And you know what? This is a tip for you guys. Payong kaibigan. If you get called for a second interview, chances are they just want to talk to you about salary. And you better be ready for that. Kung magkano ang iyong hihingin. Ang natutunan ko over time is that ask for at least 10 grand and agree with 8. Yun ang noon. Yun ang ginagawa ko noon. Ask for at least 10 grand more of your salary at agree, siyempre tatawad pa sila, no? You're just gonna be back and forth. At mag-agree ka sa 8 grand. That's a trick. See, you're getting so much tips from me. Follow. You better like and subscribe. Comment down below para I can continue making these kind of videos. Nakikita niyo ba yun? Nakita niyo? Do you see how I did that? That segue. Anyway, let's go back. Napatunayan ko uli na yung mga past experience mo ay magagamit mo sa mga future jobs mo. Ngayon, I talk to no one but contractors. Remember sa trail building supplies na maiyak-iyak ako noon kapag yung mga contractors nagmumura sila? Ngayon, mas malakas pa akong magmura sa kanila. Although I don't mean it, I say it in a joking way. I never swear or I never curse dahil galit ako. I usually swear na patawa lang, para to break the ice. And I learned doing that kasi yun ang mga katrabaho ko and that's how I relate to them. Happy ako, hindi ganun kataas ang sweldo, pero every year kasi tumataas siya ng at least 5% kapag nasa government ka. So I liked it too. At least you don't have to negotiate every year for your salary. Kasi yun nga ang weakness ko. So I like this, na ginagawa nila. At maganda ang benefits. Maganda din ang kanilang pension plans if you go to the government positions. If you go for the government positions. So ngayon, happy nga ang atin yun, napaka-happy. Pero, bakit lumipat na naman ng work? Kasi ngayon, sabi ko nga sa inyo, di ba, nasa busy na kami. Lumipat ako uli ng work dahil may bago na naman goal ang atin ninyo. Gusto naming lumipat sa lugar na mas konti ang snow. Kasi doon sa amin, sa Alberta noon, sa Edmonton, Alberta, minsan 6 months may snow, 6 or more months may snow. And it was getting too much for me. Masakit ang likod ko, masakit ang mga bones ko. Tapos kapag malapit na yung winter time, parang feeling ko nagiging maiksi na ang PC naming dalawang mag-asawa. At kahit maliit na bagay lang pinag-aawayan namin. Nag-apply ng mister ko dito sa BC ng work. So actually pinauna ko na muna siya na mag-apply para kung matanggap man siya, mauna na muna siya dito and then I will take care of the rest of the work doon sa Edmonton to close everything up. Kasi yung bahay namin noon, yung aming malaking bahay doon, I'm not kidding, mas malaki yung bahay namin doon compared dito. It's a sacrifice that we had to make moving here. Kasi napakamahal ng mga bahay dito sa Vancouver or BC. Siguro talagang yung siguro it's meant to be na mauuna ako dito sa BC. Kasi nung after niyang mag-try a couple of times, nagpupunta pa nga siya dito for interviews, it didn't work out. Either they're offering a salary na napakababa, or minsan naman, he doesn't think that the work is a good fit for him. And there's no need to move kung hindi naman talaga para siya magiging masaya sa work. We decided na hindi kami magtatanggap ng work dahil lang kailangan. You need to be happy too. So I tried my luck. I applied everywhere again until I stumbled upon a school district. I applied to 3 school districts and I got hired or I got interviewed to one. It was very exciting. It was in the middle of pandemic. Kaya ang sinasabi ko sa inyo, payong kaibigan, huwag kayong maniniwala kapag sinasabi nilang mahirap mag-apply in the middle of pandemic. Why are you doing that? No one is hiring. Why are you moving on a different province? Napakahirap niyan. It's in the middle of pandemic. Don't believe any of that. We moved to BC in the middle of pandemic and I got hired as a project manager in a school district in the middle of pandemic. See, I am not gonna tell you muna kung anong district ang pinagtatrabahuhan ko for safety and respect to my employers kasi nagtatrabaho pa ako sa kanila ngayon. Maybe they don't want to be talked about online, and it's a school district and we are talking about kids that go to school there, and I hope you understand. Hindi ko muna sasabihin sa inyo ngayon kung nagkataon na I end up working elsewhere. I will tell you which district I am working at. So they hired me online. I got interviewed online too. So they invited me over a Microsoft Teams meeting and nagulat ako kasi it was at least 6 of them interviewing me. They were such a fun group too. I did my trick again to test the waters to see kung seryoso ba sila. I cracked a joke and they laughed, and that means okay, I can be myself again. And you know what, kasi kapag medyo nagjo-joke ka or you smile at your interviews, parang it lightens the mood at parang hindi sila masyadong stressed na interviewin ka. That is my trick. You set the tone. I call that setting the tone. So, and I also wore my red blazer. I know I looked good in red at that time, so I wore it. Usually kapag we architects, we like wearing black at that time. And I know everyone will be wearing black and I want them to remember me. So I wore a red blazer. And I think it worked. I am going to say it worked because I work there now. And yeah. And they told me after I got hired na I aced the interview. I answered all of their questions. And that I was happy. And then they told me I am hired. I negotiated the salary. And the rest was history. And now that we're living here in BC, we downgraded our house into a townhouse. We used to live in a 7-bedroom home in Edmonton. I think they call them estates. Pero kung i-compare mo ang presyo ng bahay doon versus dito, yung bahay namin doon, it was, I think, got sold for $180,000. That's not even, that amount of money won't buy you a townhouse here. It can probably buy you a condo or an apartment condo. It's sad. It's sad. Or maybe it can buy you a 1-bedroom townhouse or a 1-bedroom house. Believe me, there are 1-bedroom houses here. 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom. So, siguro kung yung bahay namin doon dadalhin mo dito, it would cost a good 2 or 2.5 million Canadian dollars. That much. Yeah. Anyway, I appreciate each and every one of you commenting and interacting with me. It gives me so much joy kapag you guys comment and then I comment back. I feel like I'm interacting with people from the Philippines. Kasi I miss the Philippines, and talking to you guys, it makes me feel less homesick. Although nandito na lahat ng family ko, I still miss the place where I lived in and where I grew up. I never thought anyone would be interested in my stories, and I never thought anyone would be interested in chatting with me. I hope you guys enjoyed our little chat, and like and subscribe, and I hope you guys have a beautiful day. See you on my next video.